Okay, the Miwa LS7. So this is a high security cam lock with a key change mechanism, which we'll get to in a minute. And it's designed for use in vending machines and casino gaming cabinet stuff like that, which puts it in the same sort of bracket as the Acid Desmo. Which, if I grab one of those, this is a keyless one. This is the Acid Desmo, so this is. I think this version's got 6 sliders in it, but they can also have 8. Put that one over there out of the way, but it comes in the same format as that. But its main feature is it has sliders rather than I guess you'd call those sliders that are in the Desmo, but these are spring-loaded, those are unsprung. And it has this laser track key, which is more of a dimple key kind of profile. The most interesting thing is its key change mechanism, so you can get an operating key and a change key. If you have the correctly bitted change key, you can change the bitting without actually opening whatever this is attached to. So you put the key in, you rotate it 180 degrees, you pull it out, that unlocks the bitting and resets the sliders to neutral. Then you put in your operating key and complete the rotation to 360, take it out again, and the bitting is changed. So these have 7 sliders, hence LS7, 4 different bitting positions on each one, which Miwa say gives you about 10,000 practical key combinations. And as you'd expect, these can be either like left or right operating. The only way that is controlled is by like a little piece of metal at the back of the lock. And when you do the operating key change, the bitting change, it doesn't actually move the tailpiece, so you can change these while they're installed without opening whatever they're installed in, which is quite nice. Let's have a look at how these work. So the way the bitting the key change works is very similar to the Sargent and Greenleaf 6890 lock. This is the sprung slider. Obviously there's 7 of these, which you can see here, and then it has these teeth and then a corresponding piece down here with teeth on, and a sidebar. So when you change the bitting, what you're doing is changing the position of this relative to this, which is exactly the same as how it works in the S&G locks. Here you can see the key installed, and it's aligned the slider, which aligns this part, and then the sidebar can drop into this true gate, and there's a false gate on either side. This is the plug retention, so this is what keeps the plug inside the lock. This is actually like peened over at the top, so you can't just take this out, you'd have to destructively gut it. And you can see the sidebar and the piece that supports the bits that the sidebar interacts with, and then the sprung sliders on top. And this piece at the back here is spring loaded, and this is what allows the change key to rotate the plug the full 180 degrees, which unlocks the sliders from the sidebar and allows you to change the bitting. So when the operating key is used, it doesn't depress all the way, but when change key is used, it depresses in, decouples the tailpiece, and allows the plug to turn the full 180 degrees. I don't think there's anything else to say on that one, so let's bring in an example. So this is the LS7. This does not belong to this lock, it's off a different one, but there is a serial number under here, which I'm choosing not to sort of show off at the minute. Same with the keys, when I bring those in, they've got some tape around them just to cover up those serial numbers. Keys for these are controlled by Miwa themselves, so you can't go to a locksmith to buy one. You would have to go to Miwa, which means Miwa can link the serial numbers back to an individual, and I don't want to disclose who I got this from. Anyway, and here is a serial number. When installed, this would normally have a different shroud over the top, something like this. So if this was installed without this cover, you'd be able to just take a file to this bit of material and take this core retention out, which should be bad. So you have one of these set over the front of it. Inside here are 7 sliders. There are 4 on this side and 3 on this side, and they work just just the same as any sprung slider does, really. Yeah, there's nothing particularly special about those. So let's bring in some keys. Now I have 2 sets of keys. I've covered these so you can't see the serial numbers on these, but the important one is there is orange and blue. I think this is currently keyed to the blue one. So put the blue operating key in and you can see the tailpiece turns, and this turns to about 170 degrees, this key retaining, and the same in the opposite direction. Now if we wanted to change that bitting, this is the change key. You can see the bitting. Let's try and bring that up somewhere you can see it without showing any serial numbers. The bitting on these are the same, and I'll show you the differences between those in a moment. If we put this one in, watch the tailpiece. The key is turning, but the tailpiece is not, and it's gone the full 180. Take the key out, and the sliders have also reset to neutral. So that means we can take different bitted key. These are different. Complete that rotation. Now it's keyed to the orange key, and we could use this change key to put it back to the blue one if we wanted. So let's have a look at the differences in these keys. Again, try not to drop any of my Arts and Crafts serial number covers. So if we line up the shoulder on these, which is roughly lined up with this pick, you see the bitting is the same, but this one is about 2-3 mil longer than this one. So that allows, when you put this in, it allows you to push this spring-loaded bit at the back. So we can push that over a pick, and you can see that sort of sticks out the back. In that position, it decouples the tailpiece and allows you to do the bitting change. But yeah, that's it. It's the LS7. These are probably around the same sort of difficulty as something like the Desmo here. These are a 2 sidebar lock. This is 1 sidebar. This particular one's got 6 active elements. They go up to 8. This one's got 7. So yeah, 6 element one of these is currently ranked purple, I think, on the Lockpickers United belt scale. The 8 slider one is ranked brown. I'd imagine this is somewhere in the same. It's, yeah, very much a similar difficulty lock. So yeah, that's the LS7. We'll cut to a video of it being picked.